Yo, peace, peace. What's good, Joe? Hey, put 9 in the chat box if you can hear me. Put 9 in the chat box if you can hear me and see me well. Okay, I got Scorpio in there. See you. I guess it leaves you as a moderator, so definitely appreciate you for coming through. Okay, if you don't know how this thing works, if you never rocked out with me on the live, if you have a question, make sure to put question mark before your question. And I'll answer it if it applies to more just you. You know what I'm saying? So if the question you ask applies to everyone or more than just you, I'll answer it. Otherwise, you can do the super chat and put a question up there as well. And more than likely, I will answer that too. But let me put 9 in the chat box so you can hear me. Only seen 1 9. So I don't want to proceed if y'all can't hear me. All right, I'm pretty sure we good. All right, appreciate that. Welcome, everybody. Peace to the gods, peace to the earth, peace to everyone in humanity. All right, we good. No more 9s, y'all. No more 9s. I know last time I was on here, it got mad hectic. Hopefully, it's not as many people, so I can kind of keep track with everything. Once again, appreciate Scorpio for helping out with the moderation. If I need anybody else to moderate, I'll call out, but she should be able to hold it down. Also, Scorpio, if you want to share your Instagram for helping me out, make sure to drop it in the chat and I'll read it out loud. Quick announcement before I get started. Everything I do as far as free, especially on YouTube, is sponsored by our online store, l9shop.com. That's el9shop.com. Today is the last day for our special. We just hit 600 items in inventory, which is monumental, you know. We start out with just ancestor money and crystals. Now we have over 600 items in stock. So make sure to go there. And if you go to discounts, you'll see how to use the discount code. The way it's set up is if you spend $10 or more, you can get 10% off. Spend $150 or more, you can get 15% off. Spend $200 or more, you get 20% off. There's a specific code you must use. So go to l9shop.com, click on discounts, and you can find out what code that you need to use to get your discount. Also, if you want to work with me and also join a community of like-minded souls, as you see, I'm not on YouTube that much. I'm not on social media that much. If you email me, more than likely, I'm not answering the emails. I don't mean no disrespect, but it's just a way for me to protect my energy. I don't answer Facebook messages. I'm very, very careful with my energy, and I guard it. I protect it at all costs. If I just sat and just answered the emails and answer messages and scroll social media and just reply to everything, I would be drained. So the only place that you can get me for sure, where I answer every email, that I meet up 3 times a month, is through my paid membership program. Go to spiritualaccelerator.com, read all the information. If it's something that resonates with you, make sure to become a member. So if you can put that in there as well, Scorpio, spiritualaccelerator.com. All right. So that's it for the announcements. Like I said, I don't do none of that weird stuff like subscribe to the channel and stuff. But I would say if you want to know, I'm going to pop up. I'm going to do more lives. You see, I'm back again. I was on here, a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. You feel me? So I'm popping up through here. I decided this morning after meditating, I was like, I'm going on YouTube Live. So I set it up. Made it for 2 p.m. So that's how I'm doing things. So if you want to make sure to stay abreast, I post it usually on Facebook, but I have too many friends, but you can follow me there. But it's probably the best place is go to YouTube and make sure you hit the notification bell. And I'm not saying that to get statistics and all that weird stuff. It's just if you want to make sure you're in the building when I go live. All right. So let me get this thing started, y'all. Remember, like I said, put question mark before your question. If it applies to more than just one person, I'm more than likely to answer it. Okay, and thanks again, Scorpio. All right, peace, everybody. I see everybody saying peace, peace. Was good. All is well, yo. Just getting deeper in my spiritual practices, and also, if you may have noticed, I've cut some weight, been working out, eating a lot better. So I feel great. 43 years old. You know what I mean? I felt I got mad energy. My sons can't beat me in a race. You feel me? They 19 and 14, so we over here eating. You feel me? We're doing well. No, you don't have to have a white cloth in your altar. I'm gonna have to say it every time I do a live, man. When I started talking about the altar, there was not too much information about ancestor altars and working with the deities. Now you put in altar, it's going to be mad cats coming out the woodworks talking about their altar work. So I know a lot of people are sharing information and also misinformation. The reason I can say it's misinformation is because whenever you tell someone they must do this, these are keywords you need to pay attention to. When someone tells you you must do this, my antennas go up. I'm like, hold on, who are you? What are you authority of? Who crowned you the master of this planet for you to put information, tell people what they must do? You feel me? So anytime somebody tells you you must do it a certain way, I would run. You feel me? I'll run far away from them. But you ask me, you come on my channel, I'm just sharing my opinion. No, you do not have to have a white cloth to do ancestor altar work. That's the stupidest thing I ever heard of. You know what I mean? Not the stupidest, but it's up there. I don't get it. And whoever said it, you can tell them I said it. I don't care. I think that's weird. And I think they're misleading people intentionally. I hope they're not, but that's my spirit tells me. They know better than that, man. I've made videos talking about double digits and master numbers and everything. And to be honest, people don't like my answer because it doesn't feel good. Most people want to tell you, you see 1111, you're special. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it all with a buck. When you first started seeing 1111, you felt special. So you want to tell everybody, hey, I'm seeing 1111. That means the universe is opening up and I'm receiving messages from angels. Then you see 1111 tomorrow. Then you see 1111 the next day. You have not gained any wisdom. You have not went further down your spiritual path, but yet you're professing that you're special because you're seeing these numbers. What I say, and this is from my own experience, you can take it, take it or leave it. You see the numbers as a wake-up call. It's sort of like an alarm. You see that if you have your alarm clock for 8 a.m., you hear the alarm ringing, you wake up, it's 8 a.m. But say that you woke up at 7:55. You don't need the alarm. So my point is, when you're seeing these repeating numbers, from my experience, it's like a wake-up call, waking you up to different parts of yourself because you have a certain amount of work to do. Now, if you're not proficient at numerology, or you're not someone who studies number, or numbers do not resonate with you, then you may not be able to ascertain a meaning from those repeating digits or master numbers. But if you're into numerology like myself, like many other people, then if you see 1111, then you'll say, okay, the 1 means this. And when I add it all up, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals 4. So I'm going to say that the message has something to do with the number 1 and also the number 4. So I'm going to go into Google, you know what I mean? University of Google. Google is God nowadays, has all the answers. I'm going to go into Google and say numerology meaning for number 1, numerology meaning for number 4. Now I'm going to see what the message is, and I'm going to put it and apply it to my everyday life. So it may tell me that I need to step into my power, that I need to begin things, that I need to show more leadership qualities, that I need to spend more time by myself. Or the number 4, it may say that I need to be careful how I'm taking in information, that I may need to share some of the information that I'm learning, that I need to build more of a foundation, that I need to upgrade my house or my vehicle, things with 4 wheels and 4 sides. So if you have any kind of information deal with numerology, it's better, in my opinion, to get meaning from the numbers that you're seeing. But for the most part, for most people, I feel it's just a wake-up call. And like I said, if that doesn't resonate with you, then there's 20 million videos on YouTube telling you what repeating numbers are. Yes, I say the miracle prayer every day when I give an offering, every single day. And I give an offering 95% of every day. Every once in a while, I may skip a day. Especially if I put like some steak or something like that, I may skip a day. Or if I'm out doing something all evening. Like I was up at Dayton, a few nights ago. I let my boy Pickett, Fitz, and Dubs, Corey, and I didn't give an offering that night. After food from the altar, you know, I mean, I know this is your first time. I get that question all the time. Just throw it away. Just throw it away. Old food from the altar, just throw it away. I have a video talking about altars in a bedroom. A lot of people tell you not to. Once again, I'm a freestyle spiritualist and I follow my own path. My first altar was Lakshmi and Ganesha in the bedroom at the foot of my bed. Had no problems whatsoever. Some people say they put the altar in their bedroom and they start to have all kinds of crazy dreams and stuff like that. So you have to follow your spirit as far as that. Okay, any advice for empaths? Hold on. Okay, I missed it, y'all. Oh, what up, Janae? Appreciate you for coming through. Got my moderators in the building. I just called them out last time I was on here, and they came through and did an excellent job. Like I told Scorpio, Janae, if you want to drop your Instagram, I'll make sure to read it off for everyone. My bad, y'all. I'm going back through. Once again, it's like mad comments and mad questions, yo. And I want to start from the top. And I was at a spot and I missed it. So just hold on 1 second. No, I'm not on Patreon. I don't get down like that. My membership program is at spiritualaccelerator.com. It's a standalone site, and I don't have to deal with Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or anybody else's rules. Gematria is dope. Great mystical form of numerology. If you're into that, definitely study it. Summoning is beneficial if you want to connect with a specific energy. If you got that from Tybro, I would take it as the gospel, if you would, and just follow the directions that Dr. Gibson laid out in the book. How can we manifest faster? By doing more work. Y'all probably heard this law of attraction. The middle word is action. So you have to put in work, yo. Simple as that. A lot of times, especially spiritual people, you know what I mean? I'm gonna throw stones. You feel me? Like we like to sit and pray and visualize, but don't put too much action. You know what I mean? So my whole thing is I'm a practical spiritualist, meaning that I'm not going to pray and wait for angels to come save me or the Nephilim or anyone else. You feel me? Like I'm going to put in the work, and you get out what you put in. A lot of you are not putting in too much work, therefore you're not receiving any benefits. So it's one thing to request things at your altar, to visualize things, but it's another thing to actually put in some elbow grease. You know what I mean? That physical labor, which a lot of people avoid. So my answer to that is do more work. Yeah, I do believe in twin flames. Twin flames and soulmates. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Get kind of hot when I start speaking. I had to put my fan on me a little bit. Twin flames and soulmates are different, in my opinion. Soulmates are anybody that you share a relationship with. It could be a friend, family, co-worker, just somebody like a kindred spirit, you know, for lack of better words. Twin flames, in my opinion, is like a mate that you are definitely a soulmate, but it's more than that. It's like you have an intimate relationship. It's like one and one coming together and making, or one and two coming together and making one. That's what a twin flame is to me. And the way I like to suggest what I heard Dr. Gibson say some years ago is by focusing on the Dantians, as far as can tell if somebody is a twin flame or you're a very high level soulmate, if you would. And you do that by looking in the person's eyes. And if you feel energy in your mind, then y'all have a strong mental connection. If you feel energy in your heart center or your center Dantian, then you're going to have love for that individual. If you feel energy in your sexual area or your lower dantian, then you're going to have great sex with that individual. If you feel energy in your mind, heart, and lower dantian, your sexual region, then you're going to that's probably your twin flame. So that's why I would suggest it for something quick and easy you can do to see if somebody's your twin flame. All right. Good to see you too, Miss Natasha. Appreciate that. Oh, what's up, Vanessa Todd? Peace to the goddess. Okay, that fan is not to me yet. Hold on one second. All right, all right, all right. Oh, what's up, Gothic Angel? Lola. Peace to the goddess. And make sure to follow Gothic Angelic on YouTube. Just look her up. Beast Train Me. Doing great stuff, man. Looking very good. Very healthy. And I appreciate that. Like I told, if you didn't know, like I was sharing, I think I shared it before, is like been self-employed for about, full-time sovereign, not working for anybody for about 3-4 years. Linear time still is not my thing. I feel like I've evolved my consciousness, definitely feel like I've evolved my spirit. But the last part was missing was the physical. So last year, I want to say it'd be 1 year this September, I made a conscious effort to eat better and exercise. Like I work out 4 days a week and run at least 3 days a week. So made a conscious effort to do that. And especially when you get older, you know what I'm saying? I have children. I just want to be a good example for them to work on their mind, body, and soul. So that's why I prioritize the physical. And so definitely I recommend that for anybody. Not if you're in your 40s, even you're 20. Like I'm training or working out with Hez. Follow him, Hez Fuller on Instagram. I told him I'll shout him out today. Working out with him, he just turned 18. Me and Juice used to coach him in softball or baseball back in the day. And he's already starting to work out. So by the time he's my age, he's going to be, physically fit, and hopefully the mental and the spiritual aspect kicks in as well. Okay, good to hear. Spiritual all set. Soul contract. Answer that my last live stream. That's when you agree with another soul that you're going to do XYZ when you come onto the planet. You can tell your contracts because these are people in your life that it seems like there was nothing you can do. Y'all were going to bump into each other and spend some time with each other. Certain places that you arrived to. Like I remember when I came home from school, I went to college for 1 year, proud college dropout. You know what I'm saying? Played college football and everything. But I went to school for 1 year. And when I came back, I was just, I was just running the streets being wild. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Just doing what most a lot of cats that look like me in the neighborhood do. I'll put it like that. And peace and blessings be upon her. My grandmother, she told me, and I'll never forget, man. She was like, you might as well just go into the service. I remember she told me that. This was the same woman who told me that nobody should go to the service, especially, melanated people, because I had an uncle, peace and blessings be upon him, who went into the service and he had a bad experience, got hooked on morphine. If you don't even think about that, the next thing you get on heroin or a drug to kind of get that same feeling, that numbness. So I knew by my grandmother, peace and blessings be upon her, saying that I wasn't living up to my potential. So the very next day I got on the city bus and I went around and there was a spot. It was like now hiring. Like I literally went on the bus, didn't have no rhyme or reason, didn't have any destination, but I found a place that said now hiring. So I went off. I was like, man, I'm gonna get off here and put my application in. It was actually a telecommunications firm, telemarketing firm. So I went in and filled my application out, ended up getting hired or whatever. And that's where I found my partner, who is also the mother of my children. So I share that to say there was a reason my grandmother said that, peace and blessings be upon her. There was a reason why at the drop of a hat, I got on the bus, city bus, and just was going around. And I stopped at the first now hiring sign that I seen. you know, and I end up meeting somebody that's been in my life for 20 plus years. That's soul contrast. That's destiny. That's how fate works. You feel me? So hopefully you got something from that. I'll say add her and see how you feel afterwards. How do you hear your divine masculine? Are you a male, Kadeem? I'm assuming you're a male. This something actually I was going to end up making video on. I actually have it on my list. It just never came around to it. If you look at divine masculine, and it doesn't matter if you're female or male, but a divine masculine is a masculine energy that knows its divinity. So divinity is of God, of the Most High, of a higher spiritual calling. So it's just you have a knowledge of self, but still standing in your power. And that's a masculine power. You know, to be quite real with y'all, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna keep all the way real. I feel like the newer generation is definitely a lot more feminine. And when I'm talking about a lot more feminine, I'm talking about from the men. Not saying they're gay or homosexual, or am I saying there's anything wrong with that? Please don't twist my words. What I noticed though is they're not as masculine as say my parents were, or my grandparents were. So you see in the feminization of males on this planet. You can say that's based on food. You can say it's based on cartoons. You can say it's based on the media, television. You can say it's based on a lot of things. But I have noticed less masculinity. So if you're wanting to work on your masculinity or your divine masculine, if you want to call it that, but if you're already spiritual, if you're already enlightened, if you're already highly evolved or evolved to a certain level, you just want to work on your masculinity. And what's that? Masculinity is making decisions. Masculinity is being able to lead. Masculinity is not arguing. You see a lot of men arguing like females. You know what I'm saying? I don't argue. I don't argue with females and I don't argue with males because that's a feminine trait. You feel me? So in order to raise your divine masculine, just raise your masculinity. And once again, this could be man or woman, but especially as a man, you want to be more masculine. Most, I don't know if I should say that, but most females will not tell you that they rather deal with a masculine man than a sensitive man. I'm not saying that if you're crying and stuff like that, or you're in touch with your sensitive side, that you're not going to find a female. But I'm saying most females want a masculine man because they naturally want to be female. They want to be feminine. But nowadays, because most females having to raise the kids, having to go get the bag, get the money or whatever, take care of the house, they end up just saying, I don't need no man. But that's tomfoolery, though. You don't believe that yourself. You know what I'm saying? So in order to raise your divine masculinity, you just want to raise your masculinity, period. It's just by manning up. That's what we used to say back in the day. Just man up. So hopefully that gave you a little bit of clarity. To get back on track and fall off the spiritual path, you just want to start slowly. And I think this applies to a lot of people. You just want to get back slowly. So if you say you were doing altar work, meditation, and doing crystal magic. So instead of just going back hard body and getting all, deep into your practices, just start to do something every day for a very short period of time. I'm big on what's called the compound effect, little improvements that accrue or compound over time. So what this would look like in real time is meditate for 5 minutes, do that consistently all week. Then next week, start to do your altar work. Start doing that all week and just start building up your habits back to the point where you feel like you're exerting enough spiritual energy, if you would. So in order to get back on track, you just have to start doing something in a quote unquote right direction. Oh, sorry to hear that, Scorpio. Like most of y'all know, I'm unplugged. I don't know anything about a hurricane. So glad to see that you're well. And for those who think that's crazy, I literally didn't know, anything about a hurricane. There's ignorance is bliss, y'all. I've been saying it for years, especially on Mind Right Radio. A lot of y'all shouldn't be on social media, man. Yo, acting crazy, B. You know what I mean? Y'all acting wild, yo. Getting moved. Like I was telling my brothers a couple of days ago, I have never been on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or anything, read something, and it just ruined my day. And I just went crazy. But I know for a fact that a lot of y'all are on social media and every day there's something triggering you. You know what I'm saying? That shows you that you're not as evolved as you think you are. And if you feel a certain way by me saying that, prove me wrong. Go on social media, see something that is upsetting to you, and don't get moved by it. You put too much energy and too much value into what people are saying. I'm not saying that you shouldn't, have sympathy for little babies getting killed or police shooting. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is getting you out your hookup. You got your own children to raise, but because you've seen something on social media, now little Ray and them ain't getting food because you're so busy. You know what I mean? Got your caps lock on, uppercasing and typing back and trying to change your world through your text. It doesn't work that way. You know what I'm saying? It's like peacefully protesting something that is unjust. When has that ever worked? When have you going on social media and just typing has changed what happens in this reality? Once again, only thing that you can control is you, your mind, body, and soul. You can't control your children. You can't control your mate, your husband, your girlfriend, your boyfriend. You can't control anyone. Only person you can control is you. When you do that, other people see that and then they'll be like, okay, how can they help me? Because I'm who I am and I put out so much work, people hit me up like, yo, can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? Because I'm in the gym getting at the end, I see people there, they have me, you know what I mean? They'll ask me, hey, how about this? Because they see certain improvements. That's how you get change and change reality. You improve yourself and those who are around you will ask, hey, yo, how you do that? Then you can share with them. It's very simple. The easy thing to do is go on YouTube and leave comments. Go on Facebook and reply to people. That's the easy thing to do. But change isn't easy. So if you're taking the easy way out, then you're getting what you get. And you just get frustrated, Like I'm even now in 2020, I'm very clear now why I was what my spirit led me to say that years ago, that this social media was going to ruin lives, to ruin relationships, because people allow it. You're allowing a tool to manipulate you. And let me go deeper down a rabbit hole, because since I can be clear with y'all, so I'm not just sound like I'm talking crazy, I'm hating. So I can care less about the tool. Those who you call the elite or the powers that were, as I like to call, they know all they got to do is share a little bit of something and people are going to make it spread like wildfires. You feel me? They know they can just share a snippet of something very small and that people will go to social media and just spread it. That's the way this reality works. I'm in the battle rap, y'all, if you didn't know. I'm big into the battle rap. There was an event by Rare Breed Entertainment. Shout out to ARP. And there's a European dude, Big K, ill battle rapper. He got a hood pass. You feel me? If you know what I'm talking about. He a thorough white boy. And he was battling Mac Meyer. And he said something in his third verse, and it was just so fitting, and I felt him. He said, y'all see these injustice and see people getting shot and killed, and you retweet it and reshare it like over and over and over. And he's like, I can't even watch it once. This is a white dude saying that. So that lets you know the psychology of people resharing police beatings, resharing people getting killed, mangled, strained, just sharing it over and over and over. That shows you the psychology of somebody. Well, if you have any kind of human decency, I'm not saying you're not human, but you don't want to see that. You know what I'm saying? Like say for instance, like your girl cheated on it's probably mostly women in here. Your dude cheated on you, and he had a tape, and he made a tape. Do you go home and put that tape in? I'm really aging myself. Do you access that digital file and watch your boyfriend or husband having sex with another lady? You don't want to see that. You don't want that up in your face. So what's the difference between that and people sharing police beatings and brutality over and over and over? It doesn't all it does is desensitize you. So when it happens next time, you're already immune to it, as opposed to really, boots to the ground, making things happen or whatever. And I'm not talking about peaceful protests. You read between the lines. Peace and love to you too, Lily. The chat will be saved. I'm not sure if it will be on. It may be on the video as well. Oh, thanks for answering that question, Gothic Angel. I agree wholeheartedly with what she said. You can have a temporary one. I didn't see the question. Take it down. Yes. Y'all thorough, yo. Thanks again, Janae and Scorpio. Okay, here we go. Is it okay to put my ancestor altar near my working altar, my bedroom dresser? That's the only space I have to use, and that's private where no one can touch or take. You got to work with what you have. You know what I'm saying? So if that's all you got to make it happen. You feel me? But ultimately, ultimately, I would manifest where I had a crib that had an altar room. Since I've been practicing altar work, I've had 1, 2, and this being the third crib. And this the first crib since being 100% self-employed. Last 3 cribs I've had all had an altar room. It just happened that way, based on the spirit know I need an altar or a room for my altar. So every crib I stay at just happens to have an altar room or a room that can be turned into an altar room. If you're surrounded by toxic people, get away from them. You know what I'm saying? All right, now it went up again. Miracle prayer is also called the anabacoic. If you put in miracle prayer and S. Ali Myers, you should pop up to my website where I talk about the miracle prayer and the anabacoic. How do I stop being angry? I'm not sure what's triggering you, so that wouldn't be beneficial for everyone. Oh, no problem about the numerology. I just know a lot of people disagree with me on that, and that's fine. I just noticed the more more work I did, the less I was seeing those numbers, just to be honest. Oh yeah. Social media is a big flex zone. Very big flex zone. That's why a lot of vacations I take, a lot of things I acquire, I don't post on there, man. Because I don't want people to feel insignificant or feel like they are lacking. You know what I'm saying? Next thing I will post, I got a 4-foot Anubis statue coming. So I'm definitely posting that because I think it's dope. And plus we're on offer on the website as well. How do you be steady on your spiritual journey without cutting out that you're loved, that not in the same place spiritually? Just do you. Just do you. If you're in a spot where you're worried about what other people think and feel, that shows that you're not confident and comfortable where you are. Once you know who you are, what you came here to do, I feel like your purpose is probably the biggest piece of information that you need to know. It's bigger than knowing the numerology or knowing astrology or knowing current events. Why you came to Earth is very important because it gives you a compass. Once you're so busy doing work, you have no time for haters. That's why people that are important, not even important, but people that have things going on in their life, they're not worried about going to YouTube and leaving negative comments or going on social media and leaving negative comments. I'm not saying I'm the most evolved individual or I'm made it to the mountaintop, but I don't have time to go on YouTube and just belittle people and talk negatively about people. Nor do I have time to go on social media and do the same thing. And y'all know my stance on social media. I say 90% of, or at least 85% of the people shouldn't be on there. I think 85% of people are dumb, deaf, and blind. Shout out to Clarence 13S, Father Allah. That still remains true. That's why in your circle, in your immediate circle, friends and family, you're not going to find 100% of those people that are conscious or on the spiritual path or woke, whatever you want to call it, most of your friends and family are knuckle drivers. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to talk about it. I'm trying to be as real as possible so you don't get frustrated because people aren't doing what you think they should be doing. And then ask the question, who gave you the authority to tell people what they need to do? Therefore, I don't give advice to anybody unless they ask the question. Yes, I see a lot of things that I quote unquote would change about a person, but unless they ask me, who am I to tell them what they need to do? And if you notice, when you tell people what they need to do, you're really just pushing them away. That's all you're doing. You feel me? Like, you need to do this, you need to do that. And you usually do it with your finger pointed at them. All you're doing is pushing them away. They're like, whoa, I ain't asked you about that. And because you're telling them what they need to do, you open up for them to tell you what you need to do. But nobody likes that. You don't like, if somebody came in your crib right now and be like, why you have an altar there? You don't need that. You should follow Jesus. What is the difference between them saying that and you coming to them like, oh, you don't have an altar up? You're not honoring your ancestors? It's the same thing. You're telling somebody what they need to do. In my opinion, we need less of that. Be an example by living in your highest purpose. Those that you're supposed to help will come to you and you'll attract them. That's the way the universe works. If you believe in the ancestors, you believe in the angels, you believe in the Most High, you believe in the universe, you believe in the law of attraction, then put action and attract that which you're supposed to attract. Otherwise, shut the hell up. That's my advice. We need more people doing less this and doing more work. It's too many people doing this and not enough work. That's my honest opinion, y'all. Oh, I got a lot of good comments. I don't know how you can find your twin flame. That's a personal question, y'all. That's personal. It'd be different for everybody. What do you think about Christians claiming to have the only truth? Jesus did say, I am the way to God. The devil has superior intelligence. How do you know you're not deceived? I don't get the question. But the Bible and Christianity is just one form of spirituality. I'm not one of those people who say that if you're a Christian, you can't be enlightened. I know at least two, three Christians, two being blood family and one being somebody that's part of my blood family, that I would consider enlightened, and they're hard body Christians. They believe in the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, Jesus Christ coming back, all that. But in my opinion, they're enlightened based on the way they live and the way they treat people. On the other hand, I know spiritualists or metaphysicians who have altar work, who meditate, who have crystals, who would say namaste, ashe, hotep, and all that, but will stab you in the back and talk about you soon when they can. So who's right or wrong? Which is better, religion or spirituality? It's really based on the individual. But I digress. As far as that, in the Bible where Jesus said, I'm the way I would interpret that is, in order to get to heaven, the way is through the third eye or your Christ consciousness or your crown chakra. That's why when you look at Jesus, he had a halo representing the enlightened or illuminated crown chakra. When you look at the saints, they have light behind their head, which represents the illumination or the crown chakra being exploding or branching out. So when I hear that phrase, go through Jesus, I'm the light in the way, it's talking about the light in the way is through the third eye or crown chakra. That's how I would interpret that. The way I look at the Bible is very allegorical. That's why S-U-N, Son of God, and S-O-N, Son of God, are interchangeable. You'll see both. You'll see both spellings all throughout the Bible. Son of God, S-U-N, and Son of God, S-O-N. That's just one example. But yeah, it's very allegorical. Oh, what's up, C. Diggs? Christine. Yeah, thanks again, Gothic Angelic. People, thank you. Much love to you too. Love all y'all. You know what I mean? All y'all beautiful peoples. All y'all beautiful peoples. Okay. I'm pretty much at the bottom. So we on 40 minutes in, 200 people in the building again. Y'all come through, man. But it's a lot more manageable. It seems a lot less. That's why I tell people, like, oh, you know what I mean? I appreciate all the love and like you help me and all that, but I'd rather just see questions, to be honest, because it's easier for me to see everything. But it's going pretty slow today. So thank you. Thank you. Remember to L9shop.com, the number 9shop.com. That's the best thank you and support that you can give. That's the reason why I'm able to come on here at 2 p.m. on, you know what I mean, on a Monday, is because I don't have to go work and clock in. I can, you know, do my spiritual practice and do my spiritual teachings and my calling without having to worry about having to go get a job or, you know, find ways to support myself and my family. So it's the best way to support y'all. Okay. D-Rock. What do you think about prophecy, free will, predetermination, and predestination? I know, loaded question, but this gets so confusing. It's because I'm gonna put it like this, man. I've been saying this. I don't, and I don't expect people to readily accept it. I respect discernment and people living their own path. But I'd be remiss if I didn't share, you know, what I've gotten spiritually is everybody has certain destination. You have certain things that is preordained before you come here. This is going to happen. An incurable disease when you get to be 21, meeting a person, getting a divorce, having a child. I can go on and on. Getting pulled over and shot, but the gun jams, you know, or getting shot in a, you get shot in the head, but yet you live, you know, shout out to Conway, Griselda. Best group since Wu-Tang, by the way, Griselda, peace to the gods. So my point is there's so much on this planet that is already set in stone. That's why I said it was written. Now, what we do have is free will to those certain milestones or checkpoints, if you would. So say, for instance, you're going to meet a young lady, brown skin, short, you know, natural hair. You're going to meet her and you're going to have a relationship for the next, you know, 5 years. Now, how you go about meeting her, whether you do it next week or a year later, based on your free will on how you go about, that may change. But the fact of the matter is you're going to meet this individual and you're going to spend X amount of years together. In my opinion, that's already preordained. It's already destiny. So your free will is how you get through the different checkpoints or the different destiny, but ultimately you're going to get what you deserve. And to give you a little science, if you want a little science with that, that's the reason why cats who are dope in astrology, I mean super dope, not these armchair astrologers, not even me. I don't do predictive astrology like that. But one person that comes to mind is Ra'aku, cosmophysics, the cosmocrat. Dude, dope. You feel me? He does Western astrology, which I'm more vibe with Joe Teach or Eastern astrology. But even though he uses Western astrology, he's created a system where he can predict, hey, yo, this is going to happen in 6 months based on this happening 6 years ago. He's able to line these things up. He's a genius with the thing. So there are people that are very, very, very versed in astrology that can tell you certain things that's going to be fate or destiny based on your specific and individual vibration. So hopefully that makes sense for you. I don't deal with the seals of Solomon, so I wouldn't be the best person to answer that. So think about me, y'all. If I don't know or if I'm not all the way certain, I don't share. That's why I can stand behind everything since I've been on YouTube and public. Everything I put out, I 100% at that time. That's how I felt. So if I don't know, I have no problem saying I don't know. How can I find out who is my head or Orisha? I don't deal with that. I would say go to a priest or a Babalu or something like that. I don't deal with that. I think you can find out what deities resonate with you by seeing what deities resonate with you. Simple as that. I'm not here to tell you that you shouldn't be initiated. If you feel like you need to be initiated, go on. You know what I'm saying? If you don't, like me, I don't feel the need to be initiated into anything. I live like that. But if you feel like that, you need to make sure that you go find the appropriate person that can tell you who has your head or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, Raku is the truth, yo. Super dope. I don't know how to get a hold of him. If somebody knows, put it down. I know he's on Instagram. Raku. If you go to my Instagram, SAliMyers911, and I'm following him for sure. How to find your purpose, there's many different ways. What do you naturally like to do? Using astrology, using numerology. Now Purpose Manual, my book. It's like a workbook, and to help you find your purpose. Seeing what you're gifted at, seeing what comes natural for you, seeing what gives you a lot of inspiration, a lot of fulfillment. It's difficult because it's going to be based on the individual. So I just want to throw out some generic things that you can look at to find your purpose. How to read spirit guides. I would get a book, How to Access Spirit Guides. Most of them are going to give you a meditation / visualization to find a spirit guide. Also, if you go into my YouTube channel, I put on there how to communicate with spirits. That's a very good exercise as well. The name is Ra'aku, AKHU. I don't know. I may still have his math, but I know he don't like the text or whatever. Yeah, I can see. So I'm not going to just call him. Okay, I'll just text him. Hopefully he texts me back, and I'll put his information. Otherwise, go to Instagram. So I'm glad people are aware of him. He's very, I ain't gonna hold you, man. He's a little abrasive, kind of like he come off, I don't want to say mean. I just know people are sensitive. He come off kind of like abrasive. That's the best way I can say. But dude's dope. I consider him a genius when it deals with astrology. Absolute genius. Have no problems recommending him. Made a video on shadow work. Okay, somebody put his yeah, he's very blunt, mad blunt, like a swisher. You feel me? No filter. Like I'm blunt, but I still have a filter, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm very aware that the camera's on. And I'm speaking to people who may not know me, so I'm not going to be all the way unfiltered. But I kind of filter a little bit. He don't have no filter. Honestly, I like that. Yeah, it's best to call him than text. Like he may not even respond to the text, but oh well. Okay, somebody say all you gotta do is hit them up on IG. So let them know Ali sent you or whatever. Get a book for tarot. I'm not gonna sit here and just it's many tarot books. What I always recommend is like go to Amazon, put in what you want. Usually things on the first page after you put in your search, those are probably the most popular books. And like with a tarot, astrology, working with crystals and all that stuff, usually things on the first page, it's going to help you out. What I always so like to recommend is get like 3 books and take the commonality between all three of those books. Excuse me. Same thing with dreams. Yep. All right. So if I don't see any more question, I don't see nothing wrong with any path. You have to do what your spirit resonates with. Like, I'm very aware that there are beings that are here more on a demonic level. You know what I mean? Just, to keep it like that. They're going to connect with the demonic realm. They're going to deal with daemons. You know what I'm saying? That's where their soul is orientated for. Now, most people are going to take the light path or the peace, love, and light or whatever. You have to find out what resonates for you. That'd be irresponsible for me to tell everybody they need to do X, Y, Z. Me personally, I don't deal with demons. I don't deal with, I guess, for lack of better words, anything you would consider dark, quote unquote. But I also know that just because you work with those energies doesn't mean you're a quote unquote bad person. We're very ignorant when it deals with energies. To be honest, an angel, we look at an angel as light and love and stuff like that. But the highest ranking angel, or the archangel, and the highest one in there is Michael. Michael carries a sword, and it ain't for cutting bread. You feel me? It's for slaying demons and slaying negative energy, so to speak. So my point is, what you consider good, somebody else may consider bad, and vice versa. Okay, so yep, they put his Rod Cools up there. Yep, Reverend Cheese Hungry. Made a video how to tell the difference between your intuition and your ego. I wouldn't do a video about the clears. You can just Google that. There's pretty much a lot of basic information dealing with that. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I don't expect people to get the predestination of fate and everything like that. Like I said, I've studied myself. More than anything, I've studied myself, and I've noticed how certain things were preordained or coordinated, and I just walked the path. You know what I mean? It was certain things that were going to happen. And when I talked and worked with a lot of people, they've had the same thing. So that's just my experience. You don't have to live where you have your altar. Never had that question. If you have a good spiritual guide or teacher, because they recommend things to you, you implement it and your life changes for the better. Okay. So that's what it do, y'all. I'm going to stop it there. I'm pretty much spent. I think I've answered a good amount of questions. Once again, L9shop.com, EL9shop.com. We click on discounts. You'll see the discount that we have for us reaching 600 items in our store. Also, if you want to work with me, join a community of like-minded souls, also get some exclusive content. And with that, the exclusive content, I'm starting to do, we do 3 live webcasts every month on the accelerators, and I'm about to start teaching again as far as having an accelerator lesson, dealing with self-mastery, spiritually, mentally, and physically. Also, we have a member-to-member practice readings, and we also have a Q&A sort of like this. We'll get up here and chop it up. That's something that resonates with you. You want to work with me, you vibe with my energy. Spiritualaccelerator.com. Best way to work with me at a very affordable price. So I always recommend that people go there if they want to work with me. Other than that, thanks again to Janae. Oh, peace to the God Pickett. Thanks again, Janae and Scorpio. I didn't see y'all put your Instagram. I wanted to shout you out if y'all wanted to have people follow you on there. If you did, my apologies, I didn't see it. But shoot, they may not want y'all following them. You feel me? So thanks again, Janae and Scorpio 16. And until next time, peace.